Do you think a credit score of 300 is the end of the world? Well, it's time to reconsider. Imagine this, you're in a maze, a financial maze, where credit scores are the keys to the exit. A high score means a clear path, but a low score, say 300, feels like a dead end. But here's the twist, it's not. This maze is not designed to trap you, rather to guide you, to show you the way to financial freedom. Let's start with the basics. A credit score is a 3-digit number that lenders use to assess your creditworthiness. It's like your financial report card, and just like in school, a low score doesn't mean you're doomed. It simply means there's room for improvement. Now you might think, but a score of 300 is too low. And yes, it's low, but it's not the end of the world. You see, credit scores range from 300 to 850. Yes, 300 is at the bottom of the scale, but that doesn't mean it's a life sentence. It's a starting point, a place from where you can only go up. It's like being at the foot of a mountain, ready to climb. Here's the good news. Improving your credit score is not a matter of magic or luck, it's a matter of strategy. It's about understanding the system, knowing the rules of the game and playing it right. And that's exactly what we're here for. In this video, we'll show you how to navigate this financial maze, how to turn that 300 into 400, then 500, and keep going until you reach the top. So buckle up and get ready for a journey of financial transformation where every step you take, every decision you make, is a step towards a better credit score, a better financial future. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, and every credit score starts with a single number. So, a credit score of 300 isn't the end. In fact, it's just the beginning of your journey to financial freedom. To fix something, you first need to understand it. And that's exactly the case with your credit score. A credit score, simply put, is a numerical expression representing your creditworthiness. Imagine it as a report card for your financial behavior. It's a tool that lenders use to gauge the risk they take when they lend you money. Credit scores range from 300 to 850, with 300 being the lowest and 850 being the highest. The most commonly used credit score model is the FICO score, developed by the Fair Isaac Corporation. This score is calculated using 5 different factors, each with its own weight. These include payment history, amount owed, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit used. The most significant chunk of your score, 35%, comes from your payment history. This includes whether you've paid past credit accounts on time. So, if you've been late on payments or defaulted on a loan, this could negatively impact your score. Next, the amount owed accounts for 30% of your score. This factor considers how much you owe across all your accounts, as well as how much credit you're using compared to your total available credit, known as your credit utilization ratio. Length of credit history makes up 15% of your score. It considers how long your credit accounts have been open, including the age of your oldest account, the age of your newest account, and the average age of all your accounts. New credit accounts for 10% of your score. This includes how many new accounts you've opened recently, as well as the number of hard inquiries on your credit report. Lastly, the type of credit used contributes to 10% of your score. This takes into account the mix of credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, mortgage loans, and finance company accounts you have. Now, it's crucial to remember that a low credit score is not a life sentence. It's a snapshot of your credit risk at a particular point in time. Now that you understand what a credit score is and how it's calculated, it's time to learn how to improve it. Improving your credit score might seem like a daunting task, but it's not impossible. It's actually quite doable. Now, you might be wondering, how can I improve my credit score? Well, let's break it down into a few manageable steps. The first step is to ensure you're paying all your bills on time. Late payments can significantly impact your credit score. It's crucial to stay organized and make sure you're meeting all your financial obligations promptly. From your electricity bill to your car loan payment, every bill counts. Next, we have to talk about reducing your debt. It's easier said than done, right? But it's an essential step on the road to improving your credit score. Start by making a list of all your debts. Then devise a plan to start paying them off, prioritizing high-interest debts first. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all debt overnight, but to gradually decrease your debt load. Now, here's a pro tip. Keep your credit utilization ratio low. This ratio is the amount of credit you're using compared to your credit limit. A lower ratio is better for your credit score. So, if your credit limit is $10,000, try to keep your balance below $3,000 or 30%. Avoiding new debt is another key step. It can be tempting to take out a new credit card or loan, but remember, Your focus should be on reducing existing debt, not accumulating new ones. But what if you don't have any credit history at all? In that case, consider getting a secured credit card, which requires a deposit that serves as your credit limit. This can be a good starting point to build your credit profile. Finally, monitor your credit report regularly. This will help you spot any errors or fraudulent activities that could negatively affect your score. You're entitled to a free credit report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus every week for now. Use it to your advantage. Implementing these steps can lead to significant improvements in your credit score over time. Remember, improving your credit score is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, stay disciplined, and you'll see progress before you know it. Building credit isn't just about improving your score, it's about proving to lenders that you can be trusted with their money. So, what exactly is credit building and why is it so crucial? Let's dive in. Credit building is the process of demonstrating your financial responsibility over time. It's like a long-term relationship. You can't just show up one day and expect trust. It's something you have to earn, and it takes time. The same applies to your credit profile. Lenders want to see consistency and reliability. They want to know that you will make your payments on time, every time. So how can you build credit, especially if your score is as low as 300? There are several strategies you can use. One is to get a secured credit card. This is a type of card that requires a refundable deposit, which becomes your credit limit. You use it just like any other credit card, and if you pay off your balance in full every month, you demonstrate your ability to manage credit responsibly. Another is to take out a credit builder loan. This is a loan that you repay over time, and the lender reports your payments to the credit bureaus. These loans are typically small and have a set repayment period, making them a manageable way to build credit. But perhaps the most important strategy is simply to pay your bills on time, every time. This includes not just your credit card bills, but also your rent, utilities, and even your cell phone bill. Late payments can severely damage your credit score, so make sure you're keeping on top of all your obligations. Finally, keep your credit utilization ratio low. This is the percentage of your available credit that you're using. A low ratio shows lenders that you're not overly reliant on credit, which can boost your score. Remember, credit building is a marathon, not a sprint. But with patience and discipline, you can reach your financial goals. And remember, every step you take towards building your credit is a step towards financial freedom. Let's revisit what we've learned today. We started off by unraveling the credit score conundrum, breaking down the elements that make up your credit score, and understanding its importance in our financial lives. We discovered that credit scores are not just arbitrary numbers, but a reflection of our financial responsibility and credibility. Moving on, we took a deep dive into understanding your credit score, its components, and how different actions can impact it. We learned that payment history, credit utilization, credit age, different types of credit, and recent inquiries are the 5 key components that shape your credit score. Next, we embarked on the road to improvement. We discussed the importance of maintaining a consistent payment history, keeping your credit utilization low, and being patient with your credit age. We also touched upon the significance of having a mix of credit types and limiting hard inquiries. Remember, the road to a better credit score is a marathon, not a sprint. Then, we delved into the power of credit building. We explored the various strategies you can use to improve your credit score, even if it's as low as 300. From securing credit cards and loans to becoming an authorized user on someone else's card, we found that there are numerous ways to build your credit profile. We also emphasized the importance of checking your credit reports regularly for errors and disputing them if needed. As we wrap up, remember that improving your credit score is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort, strategic planning, and a lot of patience. But the payoff is worth it. A higher credit score can open doors to better financial opportunities, lower interest rates, and greater financial freedom. And most importantly, remember this: your credit score is not a life sentence. It's a starting point. And with the right steps, you can turn a credit score of 300 into a launching pad for financial success.